The best thing you can do for your kid today is let them fail. Not a small failure, not a gentle, recoverable little stumble you can spin into a lesson by dinner. A real one, a big one, the kind that actually hurts. Because right now, in homes all over the world, parents are working harder than any generation in history to make sure that never happens. And they are creating something far more dangerous than failure. I'm going to show you exactly what it is and exactly what it's costing your kid. You already know the behavior I'm talking about. You've probably done some version of it this week. Emailing the teacher before your kid has to explain the missed assignment themselves. Finishing the school project at 11 p.m. because watching them fail at it was unbearable. Calling the coach. Smoothing the friendship conflict. Redoing the chore because they didn't do it right, and it was just faster to fix it yourself. Every one of those moments feels small, reasonable, loving even. But there's a name for what happens when those moments become a pattern. And once you hear it, you will not be able to stop seeing it everywhere. It's called snowplow parenting, not helicopter parenting, hovering and watching. Snowplow parenting is more aggressive than that. A snowplow parent doesn't hover above the obstacle. They get in front of their child and clear it completely, before the child even has to slow down. No missed deadline, no bad grade, no awkward conversation, no natural consequence of any kind. Every obstacle is removed before it can do what obstacles are actually for. And here's what almost no parent doing this understands. The obstacle was never the threat. The removal of the obstacle is the threat. Every time you clear the path, you are not protecting your child from failure. You are stealing the only thing that actually teaches a human being how to handle failure, which is failure itself. Here's the bill for snowplow parenting. And it doesn't arrive when your kid is 8. It arrives when they're 22. It arrives the first time they miss a deadline at their job. And instead of fixing it, they panic because no one has ever let them sit in the consequence of being late before. It arrives the first time a relationship gets hard, and they don't know how to sit in discomfort because discomfort was always removed before it could teach them anything. It arrives the first time they get real, unfiltered feedback from a boss who is not invested in protecting their self-esteem, and they have never built the tolerance to hear it without falling apart. It arrives the first time life hands them an actual crisis, a job loss, a breakup, a real financial mistake, and they have no internal evidence that they can survive hard things because they never had to. You didn't raise a failure. You raised someone who has never been allowed to find out they're not one. Now, I want to be fair about why this happens. Snowplow parents are not careless. They are often the most devoted parents in the room. They snowplow because watching your child struggle activates a primal response. It feels like watching them suffer, and every instinct in a parent's body is built to stop that. But here's the distinction that changes everything. There's a difference between your child being in danger and your child being in difficulty. Danger requires you to step in immediately. Difficulty requires you to stay close and let them work through it anyway. Most snowplow parents have simply never been taught to tell the two apart. So they treat every difficulty like a danger. And in doing so, they remove the exact experiences their child needs in order to one day handle real danger without you. So here is the one shift to make, starting with the very next small failure your child has. Don't ask, how do I stop this from happening? Ask, how do I stay close while they go through it? Let them turn in the late assignment and feel the consequence. Let them lose the game they didn't practice for. Let them have the hard conversation with their friend without you scripting it for them. Be there afterward. Help them process it. Ask what they'd do differently, but do not clear the path before they walk it. Because the version of your child who fails small now, with you nearby, becomes the version of your adult who can survive big, on their own, later. That is the entire job. Not preventing the fall, teaching them they can stand back up. One question before you go. What is the last thing you snowplowed for your child that you now realize they probably could have handled themselves? No judgment. I've done it too. That's exactly why I made this video. Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And this is a genuinely safe place to admit it. Subscribe if you want more honest conversations about raising kids who can actually handle the world. I'll see you in the next one.